Of all the most unfortunate things, at the start of the war I found myself stranded in Berlin. Well, of course, there was frantic sabre rattling in Germany since the shooting of Archduke Ferdinand, but really there was nothing much in the papers about war with Great Britain. And as I'd been visiting a friend to discuss a talk for the next year's International Congress of Women, I hadn't felt unduly concerned. Well, on the 3rd of August, I received a telegram from Father saying, "Take next boat, train home at once." The following day, all motor vehicles privately owned, the lot had been commandeered. Well, I abandoned my luggage, so as to seek passage unburdened, and walked to the Bahnhof, only to discover an enormous crowd had descended. Really, the whole holiday population took flight at once, and to top it all, the troops were being mobilized at the same time. One simply couldn't get near a train. Well, I found myself a small hotel next to the station and waited a few days for the holiday makers to evacuate the city, by which time, of course, Britain declared war on Germany, and the hotel patron informed the authorities of my presence. Of course, the police were dreadfully suspicious. Fear of the Östländer was spreading and many were being interned. Well, eventually I did manage to secure passage across the border, albeit meandering and frankly incommodious. I simply haven't changed clothes for over a fortnight. Holland was frantic with refugee mobilization. To hear of the atrocities taking place in some of the little villages, frankly, I find it hard to countenance. I've only ever met perfectly civil Germans. Among the refugees, well, there are plenty of stories, and, if they are to be believed, I met the children of a young mother who was shot in front of them after their daddy was taken away and shot. The eldest survivor, a 13-year-old girl, was now in sole charge of her 3 youngest siblings, the youngest but a babe in arms. Well, I'll spare you the worst. Well, I don't know, but I suspect it were these atrocities that pressed the British to go to war. And I must say, in this moment, I can't think of what other option there might be. I said the very same to a Swiss woman I befriended on the crossing. She retorted, "You speak of war as if it were a dispensation from the Almighty, something like measles that we cannot avoid and must accept with patience." Put in one's place.